Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series. In this video, we are going to learn one of the most confusing but very important topic in JavaScript. That is the scope, hosting, and execution flow. If you ever felt confused like why a variable works here but not there, why sometimes JavaScript gives undefined, or why let and const behave differently, then this video is for you. Don't worry if you are a complete beginner, I will explain everything slowly, step by step, with simple examples. So let's start. So in this video, you will learn what scopes actually mean in the JavaScript, difference between the global and local scope, block scope using the let and const, lexical scope, and the scope chain, hosting in a very clear way, and what is a temporal dead zone TDZ, and basic idea of JavaScript execution context. By the end of this video, many JavaScript doubts will be clear. So let's first understand what a scope is. A scope simply means where can we use a variable in our code. In simple words, which part of the program can access a variable. For example, I write let name is equal to JD. Now the question is, can I use this variable everywhere in the throughout the file? So let's understand types of the scope, because this is only this answer is for this is the depend on the on scope basically. So let's move to, so in JavaScript we mainly have the four type of scope: global scope, local scope, block scope, lexical scope. We will understand each one slowly with example. A first one is the global scope. A variable declare outside any function or block is in the global scope. Like I write a let course is equal to JavaScript. This variable can be used everywhere in the file, inside function, outside function, everywhere, no matter. So this is powerful but also very dangerous. Too many global variables can create bugs, so we should avoid them when possible. Now let's see in this. So let course is equal to JavaScript and make a function show course and console.log course. So when I run this node 09, okay, I forget to call this show course. Let's run this. So as expected, the JavaScript is give. So here course is declared outside the function. Inside the function, JavaScript easily find it, and this is the called. This is the global scope. Next one is the local scope. Is it's also called as the function scope, because the a variable declare inside the function can be used only inside that function. Like here, if I write a function greet, and inside this I initialize a message hello and console.log message and call this function greet. So let's see. Say it's already give the hello. If I want to try the console.log this message here, not yes. So let's see. So this says reference error, message is not defined. So but this is the as expected, the output is the message not defined, because message is local to the function. This is good, but it keeps our code safe and clean. Now let's understand the block scope. A block means anything inside curly braces. This curly braces is called the block scope. Work with the let and constant. So let's see the, if I write this let age is equal to 25, const city equal to Delhi, and console.log age and city. So inside the this block everything works. So let me run this. Okay, I forgot to comment. So inside this I get the 25, and then if I try to console here this age and city, Now I get a reference error again. The age is not defined because age and city exist only inside this block. It does not matter whether you write if block, this is also called a new block, whether you write on a normal simple curly braces, this is called the block scope. Next is the where, let and const comparison. Where is a function scope, let is and const is both are the block scope. So that's why in modern JavaScript we prefer let and constant over the where. Now comes to the lexical scope. This is very important to understand closer later. Lexical scope means an inner function can access variable of its outer function, this one. So let me show you example. If I write a function name outer and inside this let username is equal to JD and a function inner and console.log username, I am accessing this username inside this inner function and call this inner function, and inside this also define a num1, num is equal to 25 and console this num also here. And after this console, if I try to access this num, so let's see. So if you see here the is okay, I forgot to comment this first. So if you see, okay, I forget to call this function. This is the very beginner mistake, silly mistake. So if you see here the username I access JD and num I access 25, but num this external num at the line number 34, this console.log num I cannot access because num is not defined, as a reference error comes. So it the inner function remember where it was created, but it remembers its parent scope. This behavior is called lexical scope. Means inner function can access the outer function variable, and but outer function cannot be access the inner function variables. Next is the scope chain. When JavaScript looks for a variable, it follows the scope chain. Order is the current scope, parent scope, global scope. Like here in this, if I say, if I write this username here outside this function, let username 1 equal to John, and try to access here console.log username 1. So let's see. As expected, the John comes. Why? Because first it search for here in this in this inner function, then it search in the outer function, then it come here in the global scope. So JavaScript does not find means here so it moves up and find it in the global scope. Next is the hosting. Hosting means JavaScript moves declaration to the top during the execution. Means only declaration are hosted, not the values. Like if I define a value where x equal to 10, and if I want to console this x, just console.log x, and if I want to try the access this value before the declaration, before the initialization, so let's run this. I get undefined error for this 42 line, and 44 I get the 10 the value of the x. Why? Because this print undefined not an error, because JavaScript internally does this. In the case of where, JavaScript does internally is where a console.log a, then I define x where a equal to 10 and console.log a. JavaScript does this internally like this 4 line of code. Let me write again same undefined first, then get the 10 here, but it changes in case of the let and const. Like here in the let b equal to 20 and console.log b. If I want to try access the console.log b before the initialization, then this says cannot access b before the initialization. This is called reference error. This gives the reference error because of something called temporal dead zone. This TDJ is a called means the time between the variable declaration and initialization. If we try to access a variable in this time, in the between of this time, JavaScript throw an error, that is the reference error. You cannot access of any value. So this actually help the prevent the bugs. That's why it introduced in the modern JavaScript let and const. Next is the function hosting. This is the divided into two parts, means the function declaration and function expression. Both are the different like if I make a function hello and it's a console.log hello, now I can access this function by here. So let's see. Okay, first I have to comment this. So it's a hello. So this work perfectly because function declaration are hosted. The function build with the function keyword here. This is called the function declaration, not the function expression. Function expression are different like where say hi equal to function and console.log hi, and try to access here say hi. So here I get say hi is not a function. Why? Because this is called this gives error because only the variable is hosted, not the function. Because if you see here where say hi, this is a normal variable like let b, let a, where x. This is just like a normal one. Inside this variable I am giving a function here, the initializing function. So this is called the function expression. This is called the function declaration. See, because only variable is hosted, not the function. Only this say hi is hosted, not this function, or this value is not initialized. Now JavaScript execution context. When JavaScript run the code, it creates the execution context. It has two phases: memory creation phase, execution phase. Memory creation phase is like in memory phase variables get undefined and function are stored completely. Like here we see already, like here we get the value here say hello before the initialization, before the declaration, but here I get the error here, and in this I get the undefined value of this value a. Next is the execution phase. In this in JavaScript, code runs the line by line. Value are assigned, then function are executed. So let's quickly revise. Scope decide where variable can be used. Let and const are the block scope. Lexical scope allow inner function to access the outer function. And hosting behaves differently for the where, let and const. And TDJ prevent us from the bugs. So this is called a temporal dead zone. And execution context explain how JavaScript runs code. Means in JavaScript code is run line by line, first line, second line, third line, fourth line, and as expect the flow. So that is for this video. I know this topic feels heavy at first, but don't worry, understanding scope and hosting will make you much stronger in JavaScript. If you understand even 70%, you are doing great. PPT and code links are available in the video description. And I will see you in the next video.